Here we go.
Oh, we are in lobby. This feels so good. Thanks everyone for sticking with us. Hopefully you learned something about how bad I am at Overwatch, perhaps, and that I play quick play. But that's fine. I'm totally comfortable with who I am. We're finally in game. It is going to be Nubris on the defense first. And I hope he sticks on it because we're going to be able to see IDDQD on that McCree. Buds on the Pharah. Kusta is going to be on the Mercy. Stoop on Reinhardt. Cool Matt 69, his full name, on Reaper. And Vonethil on Lucio.
Cool Matt is one of those names that really messes with people's heads because you go up against him at pub and you're just like, oh, his name is Cool Matt 69. He must be 12 years old. He's not going to be good at the game. And then in actuality, he's one of the game's very top tier DPS players. So it's one of those things where you can't judge people on the name as much as you want to. Meanwhile, though, take a look here at the offense setting up here from the side of Oink Oink. Here comes the Boink. It's going to be Daft Kid here on the Widowmaker. I don't think Boink is actually going Zenyatta. I think he's toying with our hearts. There's a lot of toying with our hearts going on right now.
Yeah. There's no one who's going to be playing any of those heroes on offense. I don't think we're going to see a single one of them stick. And if we do, then whatever, because that's really weird.
All right, so they are switching off. We are going to see the actual lineup coming out here. I think teams just get a little bit paranoid over the stream delay. I don't know. But it is going to be Daft Kid here on the Lucio, Boink on the Zarya, Stinkle Snaps on the Pharah Kapow, on the Reaper, Sash on Mercy. And then you can round things out here on the Reinhardt.
Oh, the Oink Oink is just the team that keeps on giving. Even the player names are hilarious.
Stinkle Snaps is quite the name. There's no other way of putting it.
All right, so they take this really cool kind of method of getting in here. So they've already switched positions with the defense. They're going to come up the stairs. That's one way to take the cafe.
Yep, they take the cafe, they don't go through the middle, they go through the side, and they have taken the cafe pretty successfully here. They're moving on Nubris, and Stinkle Snaps, first kill of the game on the Cool Mat. Indy falling through on Stoop, 3 kills here for Oink Oink. Here comes the Boink. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a very quick point A attack. Everything going well for them. Kusta goes down, there will not be a res, and Nubris just got boinked.
They just got full wiped by this team. Maybe they're unexpected at the angle they took there, but there was a nice fire strike that sniped them out of the sky, and they were so soundly beaten that they're not even positioned on defense. They're already to concede first roof.
This is absolutely huge for them, and bear in mind that this is a best out of 1. If Nubris gets boinked out here, that would be... I would not have expected it going in.
Man. That is...
But Chad is going to lose their minds when they get to this point.
That was a 6-0. They just rocked them.
All right, so Kapow right now is setting up here. It does switch to the offensive Widowmaker. We'll see if he's able to get the picks he's looking for as the rest of his team now does challenge the top roof. Defense is really well positioned. They don't have better... You can't get better positioning than what they're at right now. In fact, they're going to potentially drop down, look to just push out the offense here, but IDDQD holding McCree here on the back says it is high noon. He's going to zone everyone from Oink Oink back as Cool Man and Stoop able to get a kill each.
Yeah, Kapow gets some work done though. He takes down Buds, which is really nice for them. The resurrection comes out from Kusta, but he gets absolutely murked right after it.
Yeah, I don't actually like this from Nubris. They overextended a little bit too much. They got punished, and now Kusta is going to be down for quite a while. And here comes Stinkle Snaps, Barrage on the way. However, Bud says absolutely no way, takes him out with the rocket. And that Barrage is a little bit over aggro, and Bud's now being the hero, cleaning this back up, moving forward. 3 kills here for Nubris, and Nubris will restabilize.
Yeah, so it looks really good early on from Boink coming out, but they are stopped and stabilized now is that Nubris side. They do come off of that Widowmaker. Perhaps a little too feast or famine from them. They want to play a little more standard here as they add in the second support instead.
Second support, pretty darn good. Kapow now will be on the 76, and we'll see what they can do here to take this top rooftop. Winston, though, ends up leaping right away, just getting drilled by IDDQD from long range. And the offense just not able to take the rooftop, and I don't know if they can really go through here without taking the rooftop as Winston gets booped back again. IDDQD right now just very content staying up here on the top. Here comes the Deadeye. So many skulls, Hex! He gets the triple kill, and just like that, off of the Earth Shadow, that's going to be a very quick team wipe in favor of Nubris. Rez comes out, but it's too little too late.
They ain't finished yet.
Yeah, no, they got to get out now. Indy still has his ult. He's been holding on to it for a bit right now. I'd like to see them run into something a little more, I don't know, maybe conservative or aggressive, one of the two. It feels like they're middle of the road right now as far as taking the rooftops here. They've got Indy, is going to be on the Winston, maybe add in a Diva or a Genji if you really want to go full on roofs, and then you take the tops. If you want to go slower on the roofs, you could try to take this elevator up, get a Reinhardt out there and push across the bridge. Of course, that's going to be, you know, easy for Buds to knock off and disrupt, but they need to figure out what strategy they're actually going to go for and try to execute it here. They're kind of middle of the road right now. Maybe this Graviton can switch things up for him.
Oink does have the Graviton that will be trying to set up another person on his team. Stinkle Snaps doesn't have a barrage though, and that's usually what you'd want to combine with here. But here comes Attack Visor from Cool Matt coming in from the back. Has Sash in his sights. Sash just going to get mowed down. Cool Matt has gotten his prize. Mercy is down. And now with no res here for Oink Oink, here comes Blank. There's very low probability that they can win this fight. Cool Man is just going off in the backfield right now.
Lonely Graviton gets no one into it, and they're absolutely getting crushed. Early on there, Cool Matt with the Tag Visor got slapped by the Winston, thrown to the back lines, and actually in a better position to kill that Mercy early on. It's just kind of an unfortunate thing to happen to Oink there, as they're trying to knock him out of position to do something, knocked him into position to do something. Now they're comfortable enough to hold this first move.
Yep, and Matt right now just going back, laying in the fire from afar. And Nubris is looking good here. I mean, all they have to do is really win one more big team fight, and they should have this in IDDQD. He has Deadeye up yet again. Stoop about to have Earth Shatter, and here comes the Deadeye. Skulls popping up. IDDQD getting both Stinkle Snaps and Daft Kid. Rez is going to come in and undo all that. But look at the fall through immediately after Rez. Stoop coming in with the Earth Shatter, and everyone is down. The barrage fall through comes over the top. No res saving this cause of Oink Oink. Here comes the Boink here, and that is going to be another really big play coming out here from Nubris.
Yeah, I mean, what's kind of nice for Oink here is that they did get the cart through this area. They don't have to walk through the dead zone or really take the roofs. They can come all the way around to the right side, force the fight to the ground. They can actually even post up in the hotel if they want as well. They're going to take a lot of damage on the way over, though, is the problem.
Well, minute 25 is remaining here. It's not completely over yet, but they really need something to happen sooner rather than later. They are moving forward. Oink Oink, here comes Boink on the assault. Both teams still 6v6. And here comes Stack Visor Matt. Matt only uses that when you get the Mercy, and immediately the Mercy goes down. Attack Visor has quickly become one of the more prominently used delete Mercy now keys in the game. 76 will wait until the shield tank is dead or wait for an opportunity and just use it to blow the Mercy up, and Boink going to get boinked in turn here as Nubris really resettling after what was a terrible point A defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every ult, everyone's trying to find a way to use it to delete Mercy. The only one that really can't all that well is Earth Shatter, because a Mercy's really never going to be in that position, which is why you see some Reinhardts even trying to flank. They want to get in on the fun too, but Death Blossom is always trying to get to the Mercy or after a Resurrection as well. I mean, this entire game meta at the moment is set up around killing the other team's Mercy.
Here comes Stack Visor here from Bow, is able to take out Buds immediately, but not before Buds gets 2 kills on the backline. Rez is still here though. Rez comes up. Stoop though counters the Rez with the Earth Shatter. Sash goes down immediately. And Rez now coming up from Nubris side a little bit later. They have way better numbers here on this fight. And this might be the last gasp here for Oink Oink. Here comes the Boink. They have 13 seconds again on the cart. As Buds gets into the back, gets the double kill. IDDQD falls through. And things working out very well here for Nubris after what was a very rough start.
Well, I mean, if you're Boink, you just have to think, well, at least we had first. At least we had first. So they do set themselves up with a win condition, which is more than a lot of teams at this level can expect against Nubris. That dominant first point means that if they can hold at first, they're going to win. And if they can just hold them to not get 93.5 meters, they can win as well. Now, I don't think both of those things are incredibly likely to happen, but they have set themselves up in a position to at least win against Nubris. And it is a best of one, so that's all you can really hope for.
Their defense here, though, is going to be rough. Of course, it will be Oink Oink, here comes a Boink. They will still be the red team. They'll be on the defense. But look at this yellow square over here. This is all Nubris has to get to. If Nubris can get to this point, they will be the victors. They will move on to the round of 16. If they are not able to get here, it will be Oink Oink, here comes the Boink's victory. But holding a team that far back is rough. The best chance for Oink Oink, here comes the Boink here is to have a full hold on point A. If Nubris is able to get through point A, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to get to where Oink Oink, here comes the Boink got the cart.
I would definitely agree with that. So they're going to try to go pretty all in on point A. A little surprised, actually, they're not going to run a double builder, but with the Pharah meta, running a Torbjorn on this point becomes, I don't know, not the most ideal situation. They are going to run a Symmetra on defense. That is going to be played by Daft Kid. Stinkle Snaps is going to be on Reaper. Thanks for letting me read this defense, by the way. I really wanted to say Stinkle Snaps. Kapow is going to be running Soldier 76. Sash will be on the Mercy. Indy on Reinhardt. Boink on Roadhog. Of course, Boink's on Roadhog. So a lot of it, and when we do see Symmetras on defense, it's can that teleporter come up, and where are they going to put it when they do come up? So I think it's, considering how all in they are, it's got to be close to the first point, and that tele has to come up if they're going to hold here.
Alrighty, well, take a look here at the offense as it comes out here from the Nubris squad. It's going to be Cool Matt on his signature Roadhog, Custa on the Mercy, Stoop on Reinhardt, Buds on Pharah, Vonathel, Gambian, Lucio, and IDDQD rounding it out here on the Reaper. So they're heading out right now, and for them, really all they need to do is take point A and just leisurely go to the point, and IDDQD does get the first kill here on the Stinkle Snaps. He goes down, big hook from Matt. Matt sets him up. 2 kills here for Nubris. And things already looking bad here for Oink Oink. Here comes the Boink. Buds comes in over the top, takes out Kapow. 3 kills now, 6-3. Sash goes down, there will be no res. This is going to be a very, very quick Nubris assault.
That's it. Daft Kid got his teleporter at 100%, wasn't able to get out and get it down. Buds is already spawn camping onto second roof. Custom comes in to join him. They got to be a little bit careful. Here comes the hook onto, onto Stinkle Snaps.
Yeah, for Nubris here, they're completely willing to go even more forward, make sure that they get the rooftops, and just make the progress of the payload as painless as possible. And you look at the ult situation for them right now. They are loaded on ults, or are about to have just about everything up. Death Blossom is going to be up soon, Soundbearer up soon, Earth Shatter. They're going to be able to use these ults really to push Oink Oink back and make this a very quick game.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway. There is some, you know, the cart progress. They have 2 on it, so they're going to initiate while they are having the numbers advantage as Oink. So they get over here. Not enough damage. I thought they should be able to get at least 1 or 2 kills. They're not taking the Mercy down there.
Buds right now coming over the top, landing rocket after rocket, takes out Kapow in a beauty. Now 65 in favor of Nubris, and Bud still hanging on to his barrage right now. Will be able to use a moment and just uses it to blow up Reinhardt. Doesn't care. Breaks the shield, takes out Reinhardt. 64 now in favor of Nubris. They only need a little bit more right now, Hex.
Yeah, IDDQ is going to have his Death Blossom as well. This has been very one-sided. Here comes Stinkle Snaps over the top. Daft Kid gets a kill there, but Buds is able to take down Stinkle Snaps.
Kapow is coming out with the attack visor, picks off 3, but Custa was not among the people dead. He reses his team right back up. Here comes the Sound Bearer, IDDQD in the back, goes for the Death Blossom, gets Earth Shattered right back down, but the Sound Bearer will keep him alive and in, and oh no, he's going for the Mercy in the back. Mercy not like this, eating shot after shot from the Hellfire Shotgun. Sound Bearer kept her alive for a little bit longer, but she will go down. The Mercy is dead here for the defensive Oink Oink. Here comes the Boink, and the payload is almost there, 0.77 meters away. Stoop on the point, swinging the hammer, and that is going to be it. Nubris has defeated the team of legends. Oink Oink, here comes the Blank, will have to prove themselves in the lower bracket. Good stuff coming out for Nubris, but hey, I mean, Oink Oink, here comes the Boink did have a really good showing, at least, for their first attack.
Oh yeah, that's just an Overwatch highlight you put in your bank forever. It's like, you want to see us rock Nubris on Hollywood first? Like, if I'm them, I'm downloading the VOD. I'm running it out as my screensaver. So they look decent for a moment or two. Maybe that surprise in the angle they took caught Nubris a little bit off guard. So Nubris is going to have to protect against that in the future, because, I mean, they should not be beaten by that by any team. That was as brutal as a first defense that you can have happen. So maybe some adjustments are going to have to come out for them in the future. But Oink Oink, yeah, moral victory right there. And we'll see what they can get done in the lower bracket. That said, Nubris is kind of everything we expected them to be. So.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't really expecting Nubris to go down early in the tournament. Nubris is a very, very strong team, and you know, it's fun to sort of take the side of Oink Oink, here comes the Boink, but they were definitely up against a juggernaut. No shame in losing that, and who knows, we might see more of them later today in the lower bracket.
Yeah, I'm going to get the brackets up here. I'm going to visit our Matcherino page. You are, of course, watching the GosuGamers NA Weekly number 15. We are sponsored by G2A, Rocket, OWKings.com, and Soylent.